Okay, I'm gonna do something different for this video. I'm going to do like a self-analysis while I'm watching this game. Um, that's like one of the #1 tips for like getting better at games in general. Usually it doesn't apply until you're at like a much higher level though. But you know, I wanted to post a full gameplay anyway, and this is one of the games I was more proud of. Not for any necessarily mechanical reason or anything, but because at the end of the game I play like a bitch, which is weird that I'd be proud of that. But I am, because a lot of times I find myself going too aggressive, which I think is, you know, what makes it so that I need to play like a bitch at the end, and that helps me clutch out the old victory. I don't like using the wind gauntlet, like at all. I'm not very good at actually managing like spacing in the air with it and stuff. I think that's another reason why I have a hard time not being super aggressive. I find the fire and ice combo to be my best thing right now, to just have ice on one hand and fire on the other. Using Dragon Flame is sometimes successful for me. I actually think in this game I fuck it up a couple times. I don't remember exactly though. Memory's trash. Played the game yesterday. GG. Oh wait, yeah, there's Dragon Flame combo right there. I'm sure I'll pick this up. But I have a hard time getting the swap off after I throw the sorcery with the Toxic Gauntlet. I need to get the timings down. It's not even a complicated timing, but I just always manage to fuck it up. I honestly think I double click thinking it didn't go off, and then it fucks me. But I was also playing this game while watching another stream, so I wasn't like using audio cues at all, which is something I need to make sure I'm doing so I can get used to audio cues for one, but then also because it will just actually help me get better, because there's no reason not to be doing it. Do I just rock this combo? I know I've been trying to keep the Wind Gauntlet on hand more often and like actually use it, but I know I'm trash with it, and I don't remember using it a lot this game, so I feel like I'm probably gonna run back and get that. Okay, right off the bat, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess it's just kind of a entertainment standpoint, but I know if you're just walking around and looting like the opening spot that you drop at like this, like that's not real fun for anybody to watch. But I think a lot of that can be attributed to the fact that the game's in like, you know, pre-alpha or whatever the hell it is, and so there's not a lot of people playing the game at any one given time. That's for sure. And so that being the case, there's not a whole lot of people in every lobby. And so you're not going to be dropping like with a lot of people. Like, you know, if the game could support 100 people, but you're only dropping with like 40, then there's a fat chance you're going to drop somewhere no one else did, right? And I'm pretty sure that's just what happened this game. And what happens a lot of games. And so I end up just looting a lot at the start. But I need to get faster at looting is my point with all this. And not spend so much time trying to optimize my equipment. But, you know, when it's given to you for free, take it. I at least need to make sure I'm like moving around as I loot. That way I can't just get jumped from distance. In a spot like this, I think it's a little bit different. Like I have that hallway to my right that someone can shoot me from. But aside from that, I don't really have anything. Like even just, okay, I guess there is that upper level of the broken part of the castle right beside me too. Yeah, I just need to be scooting around while I'm looting anyway. My thing about that is I don't want to make too much noise in case someone just like runs by me. I might be able to get like a flank on him or something. But it's probably safer to just scoot around anyway. Because if someone comes up on me, you know, that's a fight. It's just another chance to practice my mechanics and get better at actual fighting. And this game single-handedly made me appreciate the Wolf's Blood rune even more. Crackshot boys. Oh yeah, Crackshot Pyromancer. I'm super big noob, and like I said, I like fire and ice, so I think this is a good combination for that. Pretty obvious reasons why. Nothing impressive that fight, but I didn't get digged. I didn't really use the wind thing effectively. Like with the fire and ice combo, it's fine to space between me and my opponent. Turns out. So like, what I could have done was I don't know. I spaced okay. Like, I had the right idea there. There's just no impressive mechanical execution. I'm okay with that. Try and keep it in mind whenever I'm using the wind gauntlet, though. Look, this is how often I don't use the wind gauntlet. I literally just, I'm struggling because I'm like, how the hell am I going to get over this wall? I have freaking Wolf's Blood Rune. This thing's terrible. I could just right click. Gotta right click from the very start. Oh yeah, but the Pyromancer crack shot. So if you don't know anything about this game, this is clearly not a tutorial video, but I will try and explain the class selection of this. So crack shot is basically just like stopping power or some shit from like Mario for 2. Just increases your damage basically. It's got like 4 different scrolls you can get. One of them is armor pin. Your damage goes through a percentage of whoever you're hitting's armor. The other one is to increase your projectile speed. That's the one I just grabbed. The basic one, your passive, I don't know what you want to call it. As soon as you get the class, you start with it. So I'm going to call it a passive. Technically, they're all passive abilities, though. But what it does is it makes your next hit within like 10 seconds do bonus damage. It's called Empower or some shit. That's what I really like about it. It does like 30% more damage or something. And so if you take your time to line up your shot with like an Ice Gauntlet, then your first hit can do a lot of damage. Like, I've gotten a lot of KOs from it just because, you know, someone will be, I'll walk up to like a third party a fight, which is really easy to do in this game because the fights take so freaking long. And so I'll walk up to third party a fight and I'll just snipe someone with the Ice Gauntlet and the crack shot passive will go off and I'll do like 80 damage. I'll just kill them outright. And even in a fight, it can be really good because it refreshes every 10 seconds. So just so long as you're taking your time to actually line up your shots, which is something I need to do more with this combination, specifically paying attention to the crack shot, like I'm saying right now, because sometimes I feel like if I'm not getting a cast off, then it's just not even worth trying to line up my shot, because it's like that dude's just gonna be spamming his abilities, right? So if I'm not spamming mine, then if he's hitting his, and if I'm not throwing him at all, then I can't be hitting them. It's like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? I feel like I need to throw them out, but with crack shot, it rewards you for being precise, which is like super basic, but it's just something you forget. Like in the heat of battle, it's hard to keep that in mind, especially when you're super big noob like me. I cannot believe how terrible I am at just thinking about using this wind gauntlet. This part right here is where I really enjoyed the Wolf's Blood Rune. Because look, I see that guy off to the left. The guy that I was chasing is right there. And then he gets into a fight, and then I get to see them. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I also noticed, watching another player earlier, that if you use the Wind Gauntlet on a surface to shoot you up, you don't have to, like, it's not going to knock you the direction that you're facing, or that's like opposite you're facing, right? Like you hit the ground to knock you up because it's the surface that you're on, but if you walk up to a wall and you use it on the wall, it's going to shoot you up. It's not going to shoot you backwards. So that's another application that should be noted. Got a little spammy here. Again, should just take my time often. I use the Wind Gauntlet appropriately. Flicked my shot off there. I tried to calculate like where he was going to fall at. He just wasn't falling. I really need to pay more attention to like where my opponents are going to end up. I think right there I was trying to cast the Ice Sorcerer and I realized I didn't have it. That's why I like just hesitated for a moment. This Wolf's Blood Rune is pretty cool. Pair it with the Wind Gauntlet so that you actually keep aerial mobility. It's not bad at all. Because a lot of the other runes are really good for mobility. Oh, I like this part a lot. Like he thinks he's got the beat on me. I just don't kill him. So I can see him. That was a good shot. I'm okay with that. I think I played that last part just fine. It wasn't like a hard play to make, but I'm glad I didn't butcher it. I do believe I switched to the Blink rune right here, though. But I thought that Wolf's Blood rune came in a lot handy there. Yeah, I do. Also, probably staying on top of the loot as I drink these potions isn't smart. Like, just moving a little bit would probably be good. Just, like, behind that wall or something, so, like, the storm's on one side of me. I think also taking more time to, like, craft good loadouts for me would be good. Like just taking the time to look over the amulets and being like, okay, like I like this amulet the most, and then this is my second most, and just sticking to one playstyle for a while. I also have it in my head though that like I want to try out all the different gauntlets, but I feel like I should just get used to one playstyle and then worry about getting better at the other gauntlets. Okay, I think the end game is getting ready to really start. Yeah, because I move in on this. And so here's where some things go south, so I need to pay attention to what I did wrong here. Okay, for one, just aggressing in general probably wasn't good here. Just sitting up top and just taking shots with the ice gauntlet would have been fine. There's no reason for me to get close. So right off the bat, I think I did that wrong. Terrible use of the wind gauntlet. Should have did it off a jump when I had the chance. Terrible accuracy. I remember not wanting to switch to the fire gauntlet for that specific reason right there. I wanted to get my charge off. I think I need to pay more attention to my cast time too, especially with the ice gauntlet. It's really easy to get carried away because you've got the charge time on it. Okay, not bad. Disengage a little bit. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I definitely should have just stayed on that castle. I shouldn't have moved in and all there. But I don't get punished for it, so it's fine. And I'm pretty sure during that fight I was panicking trying to switch to my fire gauntlet, which I think is what threw off my my movement there right before I used the frost sorcery. My movement was really trash. And then whenever I went to use my wet gauntlet on the ground to shoot me up, I was having some issues with the recharge. That was a combination between me panicking, trying to switch to the fire gauntlet, and then me trying to... and that's just... For one, I should have started that jump with the wind gauntlet. Let's just start there. And then after that, I mean, I made it, and then I should have just not panicked. And I could have blinked at him to hit that. I had the right idea, but I should have blinked. I think I remember noticing that like as soon as I did it. I was like, crap, I still had 3 charges on my blink. Okay, I switched to the fire gauntlet. That was appropriate because close range. Pretty sure, yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he gets the pyro proc here. And I just dip. I 100% should have been up on that castle. I even had the right idea to retake it, but then I mechanically flubbed. So I need a lot more mechanical practice. Super apparent. Not at all surprised. I have like 8 hours in the game. I could have done better at staying in the air here, especially since I was trying to be defensive. I get super lucky they let me get away with this. But right there, staying in the air, like I was saying, I could have done a better job because I could have just been blinking towards the ground while casting my wind gauntlet up. Good shots, me. Very proud of that. That was a good little 2-piece for the end. I hit all my shots, and then I had a nice little maneuver.